If you're moving up from an all-in-one record player or ready to buy your first real turntable, this is the video for you. A quality turntable isn't just about better sound, it's about protecting what will quickly become your biggest investment, your record collection. Now, those close-in-place systems with built-in speakers may look convenient, but most use heavy tracking forces and pretty basic tone arms that can actually wear out your records over time. Now, a properly designed turntable set up correctly will treat your vinyl properly and reveal everything that's hiding in those grooves. Now, in this video, we're gonna help you choose your very first nicer turntable, one that sounds great, protects your records, and fits seamlessly into your systems. Now, if you'd like to go a little bit more deeper into the finer details here, you can find our full written turntable buyer's guide linked down in the description below. First up, understanding the phono connection. Before picking out a turntable, take a look at what you'll be connecting it to. A turntable's output signal is extremely small, far lower than anything else in your system, so it needs a special circuit called a phono preamp to boost that signal and apply equalization that makes records sound natural. If your amplifier, receiver, or powered speakers have inputs labeled phono with a little ground screw nearby, you already have a phono stage built in. If not, you'll need either a turntable with a built-in phono preamp or a small external phono stage between the turntable and your amp. Most built-in stages are designed for moving magnet cartridges too, which is exactly what almost every entry-level and mid-range turntable uses. Once you know how you'll handle that connection, you can then move on to the next big decision. Now, next up is manual versus automatic turntables. Now, let's talk about how hands-on you want to be each time you play a record. A manual turntable gives you the purest mechanical design. You lift the tone arm, lower it into the lead-in groove, and raise it again when the record ends. Because there are no gears or motors tied to the arm, there's less friction and less chance of vibration getting into the sound. A semi-automatic turntable works almost the same, but adds a mechanism that lifts the tone arm and then stops the platter at the end of a record. It's a really nice to have if you tend to fall asleep listening, or you just want peace of mind that your stylus won't sit in the run-out groove for hours on end. And finally, a fully automatic turntable does everything with one button: cueing, lowering, playing, and returning the arm when it's fully done. It's perfect if you want maximum convenience and zero fuss. There's no wrong choice here, but you should bear in mind you'll find far more great turntables in the manual category, and usually the semi-automatic and automatic ones are a bit more basic and not as much focused on performance. Next up is belt drive versus direct drive, which is how the Platter spins. Most home turntables use a belt drive system in which a small motor turns the Platter via a flexible belt. Now, that belt acts as a shock absorber, isolating motor vibrations so that you hear a smooth and stable sound. Belt drives are known for quiet backgrounds and accurate pitch, perfect for giving you that live music feel. Direct drive turntables place the motor directly under the Platter. They start instantly and usually have a speed adjustment control to change the pitch, which actually makes them the best choice for DJs. At the higher end, a well-designed direct drive can sound pretty outstanding, but at entry-level prices, belt drive usually delivers quieter, much more natural playback. But there are some great direct drive turntables out there once you get above that $1,000 mark or so. Next is cartridges and stylus types. Now, at the end of the tone arm is the cartridge. This is a tiny transducer that converts the microscopic groove movements into an electrical signal. Most turntables in this category will come with a cartridge already installed and aligned, which is ideal for beginners. Now, these are almost always moving magnet cartridges, which are typically reliable, musical, and easy to replace the stylus once it wears out. Moving coil cartridges can offer even greater detail, but they're a lot more expensive and need a more specialized phono preamp that isn't normally found in an integrated amp or powered speakers. Now, for your very first turntable, a good moving magnet cartridge will deliver excellent sound and make the setup a lot more simple. In addition, Stylus Shape affects how much detail you will actually hear. A basic spherical tip is durable and forgiving, while an elliptical stylus traces the grooves more accurately and brings out noticeably better clarity. Now, more advanced line contact designs do exist, but you're gonna rarely find those on turntables below the $2,000 mark or so. So for most listeners starting out, an elliptical moving magnet is the perfect balance of performance and practicality. Next up, Tonearms and Adjustability. The Tonearms job is to let the stylus track the grooves with minimal friction so it can extract all those fine details deep in the grooves. You should look for tonearms that move freely and don't have wobble in the tonearm bearings, which are at the rear of the arm. Almost all decent turntables, unless they are preset for a specific included cartridge, will have adjustable tracking, which is the downward force, and anti-skating, which keeps the stylus centered in the groove. Some may have what is called an adjustable VTA, which down the road could give you more choices in cartridge upgrades. You'll see both fixed and removable head shells, which is the part on the end of the tonearm. Now, removable makes changing things really easy, which DJs really love, and there are a lot of aftermarket head shells out there for rolling your own, but most decent turntables will have a fixed head shell. Now, many belt drive turntables will have you physically moving the belt to change from 33 to 45, but there are a lot of them that do have electronic speed control where you can just change it with a switch. Now, if you have a lot of 45 LPs, and remember, a lot of audiophile LPs are now in 45, you should definitely consider if the turntable has this. Next up is platter design and isolation. A heavy, well-damped platter will ensure your speed stays more consistent as it provides a flywheel effect. Heck, some high-end tables even have 50-pound platters. You'll see glass, acrylic, and metal platters out there, and they all work well if they are damped and have some heft to them. Many turntables will also have really nice isolation feet, which do offer some adjustability to get things perfectly level, so you should check on that as well. Okay, next are some convenience features that I'll go over. Things like a dust cover is always worth having if your turntable sits in an open room, and almost all of them in the entry-level category will include one. Also, Bluetooth and USB outputs are pretty convenient extras, which are great for streaming to powered speakers or archiving your records, but wired playback will always sound best. And finally, a few setup tips to get better sound. Once you've picked your turntable out, placement and setup really do make a pretty big difference. Keep it level on a sturdy surface, away from big speakers or subwoofers. Make sure you connect the RCA cable securely and attach the ground wire if there is one. Then balance the tone arm and set the tracking force according to the manufacturer's recommendation. And you should also bear in mind why logic would seem to say the lighter you track, the less wear. It's actually the opposite. So we suggest you track at the top end of the suggested range here as well. Then set the anti-skate to the same number. If all this sounds a little bit tricky, we do have guides for almost every single turntable that we sell, and we're just a phone call away or chat away to help you out. Now, also remember, with the cost of vinyl today, your collection can quickly surpass the price of your turntable, so you should make sure to take care of it, and it will reward you with decades of great use. If you can, clean each new or used record once with a wet cleaning system like the Spin Clean or the Nasty, then use an anti-static brush before every single play. After almost every record, give the stylus a quick back to front swipe with a brush such as the Project Clean It or MoFi Stylus brush. Now, if you do these steps, your records will last a really long time, plus it will extend the life of your stylus. Now, choosing your first turntable doesn't really need to be complicated, and I hope this video has helped you out. You should just start with a design that protects your records, fits your system, and matches how you like to list them. Make sure you set it up carefully to keep your records clean, and you'll experience the same warmth and realism that made vinyl special in the very first place. And remember, for deeper details from tone arm geometry to cartridge upgrades, you should definitely check out our complete turntable buyer guide at audioadvice.com. If you have any more questions, reach out to us or leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.